That ain't how Neo's song go.
I've been dating this man, and I like him a lot, but come to find out, he has 7 whole children.
Does she want to be a stepmother to all those children?
Ain't nothing wrong with being stepmama. Tonight on Nick Cannon at Night, she's a Cuban-American actress, model, and content creator. It's Luna Star, a best-selling author and renowned psychotherapist, my brother, Dr. Mike Dow. Welcome to Nick Cannon at Night, where we discuss love, sex, and relationships with the experts and our personal friends, and we gonna jump right into it. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we have a chart-topping, Grammy Award-winning superstar, my personal Libra gang friend, Neo, in the building. So we gonna get in your business too. Come on with it. Neo does every show that I've ever done, created, and there's not a lot of friends that you have in this game or this industry. But since day one, we started around the same time, and just respecting his grind and looking at his growth and then truly becoming a superstar and a good brother, man, at the same time. So salute, man. I love you, dog. So, to say all of that, we like to set the tone. Everybody put their drinks in the air. It's time for a nightcap. But when I say nightcap, we all know nightcaps set the mood. When we do nightcaps here on Nick Cannon at Night, we try to see if you capping or not. It's truth or cap. We're going to give you a fact. And if you believe it to be true, you got to drink up. All right, tonight's nightcap. Wearing socks during sex can actually help your orgasm. Truth or cap?
I think it's true.
Neo, what you think?
That feel like cap.
I'm gonna go with true. Thank you. The only reason why I say that because warmth. Like when you warm, it sets, that's what it says, warm feet help increase blood flow and relaxation. So the warmer you are, the easier it is for you to come.
True.
Right, Doc?
That's right.
Is there any more science that we need to understand, but just like we should with our socks on?
Well, body temperature has so much to do with so many of our bodily processes, right? Like at night, our body gets a little bit colder. It sort of gets a little bit warmer during the day. And then, also we want to be nice and relaxed. So our bedroom at home at night is 67, but when we're having sex at home, I like it at 74 because you can actually feel it. When you're a little bit warmer, you get really, really relaxed. Think about it like a warm blanket and what that does to you, because the sexual response cycle, it is activating. You need dopamine in the brain, but it is also part of that parasympathetic rest, digest, feed, and most importantly, as it relates to what we're talking about, breed part of your autonomic nervous system. So there is this correlation between warmth, relaxation, and sex.
See, I probably learned this by accident because black dudes don't like showing their feet.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
Every time I see someone with socks having sex,
yeah, black dudes, basketball shorts and
ugly
socks.
nails. You got ugly nails, you don't want to show them.
But that's when I was a young boy. Like, as I'm older, I'm butt-ass naked now. But but I remember just always, like, when I first started being sexually active, I wouldn't take nothing off. Like, just the insecurities of, being a young dude. But it was just one of those things. Like, I started to, feel uncomfortable if I didn't have my socks on.
But I feel sometimes it's nice to have sex with clothes on. You don't think so?
Yeah, in public.
As part of a fantasy, because I think there's a lot of fantasies that involve people just sort of having sex very quickly. There's some erotic scene. Do you?
I feel like I see it for women. Sometimes you want to wear the clothes because we look good in it. I don't want to take it off. This costs money. Or it's like, the little bra, my little panty moving to the side. Can you hold my belly in?
That is fine.
Curve.
Yeah,
so
you want to pull the panties to the side is always a move.
But I think the best sex is naked. Oh, study sex.
Yeah.
I think that's.
But I think that's like when they make lingerie and all that stuff. That's why they leave the hole open, right. So you don't have to take all that off.
True.
So
very convenient.
Be warm and it'll help you come. You learn something new every day. All right, let's see our first at-nighter, see if we can help him out.
My name is Venus, and I was raised in Bronx of New York City. Seth, my relationship question is, if you're in a quarrel or conflict with your mate, ladies, at the end of the night, do you still give him some loving, or do you say to yourself, you know what, he's not getting any tonight because I'm in my feelings and he pissed me off? Well, my response to that is, if you're in a monogamous relationship with your mate and he is only getting it from you, ladies, Don't clam up, give it up. Because by then, you guys should have communicated, cleared the air, got it together so that you can spend the best moments of your lives together. Remember,
But she,
All right,
she
well-
asked the question and give the answer.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for your service, Sergeant. I don't know if she's really in the military, but she seemed like it. But I honestly think she didn't really ask a question, but she seemed like she's a very seasoned woman that knows what she's talking about. My question to her, like, what I was waiting to hear was like if she's in a relationship or not.
No.
Because based off of what she was saying,
look like it.
that sounded like somebody who was single, but one of them strong single. You see how she had her hands on her knees? Like she was like, I'm happy with the space that I am in my life, and probably have been through a lot. She's speaking from experience.
Yeah, is she asking about makeup sex? Is that what she said?
She's saying like if you are mad with the partner at the end of
A
the night,
monogamous partner.
will you give it to them at the end of the
Oh,
night?
okay.
No.
So I think that's actually a good question because for a lot of people, sex at the end of the night can be this form of what we call in relationship science a repair attempt, right? We've all had that moment where you're so pissed off at your partner, it's like you just can't let it go, right? It's like you got that thing in your stomach. And for a lot of people, sex can be a part of that thing that allows you to sort of say, it's okay, we're good. But what I will say is you have to be careful because if that sex replaces communication or if it's part of like a toxic or abusive cycle, then sometimes that adrenaline, because listen, the fight or flight response, what's interesting, sometimes horror movies can turn people on more than romantic movies. You know why? Because that fight or flight response, all of that dopamine, that adrenaline kind of turns you on.
Yeah, when I watch Freddy Krueger, I'll be like, I want something.
And the same thing is true when you're having, that is funny. I've been laughing so hard in the background. It can sometimes be a part of this dysfunctional cycle that you don't want to be just a cemented part of your relationship. You know what I mean?
I feel like if I'm having a problem with my significant other, I will wait until he's about to come to bring the argument back. And be like, do you want this? Do you want to do it again?
That's cold.
That's the moment that you get the actually answer from the man. So if you argue before, the sex is gonna be whack.
Yeah.
If you have a makeup sex, you're like, they're gonna do it again. Ask him right before he's about to come. Bring the issue there. And then watch how the answers change.
He can talk right before he comes.
Yeah, they're gonna want to talk. But you will know the answer. You'll be like, yes, no, You want me to stop? You want me to keep going?
I always hear the thing like never go to bed angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because that's how you want to end your day, especially if you're in a relationship with your partner that you guys are taking seriously. You want to communicate in that way because, well, I know we've all done it. You know, we all turned our back. They face that way, you face that way, and you be just having a up night.
Yeah.
Your sleep be off. You wake up, don't know how to start your day. So, I do believe that if there is any kind of drama or, you know, a challenge that you guys experience, at least get through it. And sex usually
You just say, do the sex, forget about the problem.
No, but see, and you said something, I wanted to touch on that because I think I've been in situations where women are actually trying to start shit with me just so we can have some good sex.
Some people do that.
Happened.
Like, so, and that's kind of what she was saying. Like, if you get them all riled up and then, you know, because one, as a man, you're like, shit, I got shit out of her. So I could, if I did mess up. But then at the same time, those chemical releases, like if you guys are at a heightened sense of emotion, it probably does make the sex better.
It does. Have you used that strategy? Have you ever sort of poked at a man when the chemistry's been so good just to have...
No, fuck him so good that the chemistry is good.
There we go.
Talk your shit, Luna.
I'm like, no, we're not gonna argue tonight, no, baby.
And-
no.
and on
Let's
that
go to bed.
note-
Let's go to bed.
Let's see who else we can help out. Let's check out our next at-nighter.
Hey, Nick, I got a question for you. And you probably the wrong person to come to for this advice, but you all I got right now. So I've been dating this man, and I like him a lot, but come to find out he has 7 whole children. 7 of them. And we've been talking about the future, and he wants to have more. I know they've been saying the end is near, it's coming, whatever, all that. I'm not trying to be the one solely responsible for repopulation. Am I tripping and being vain, or should I continue this? I don't want to hurt his feelings, but I'm not trying to, I ain't trying to do that.
I want to know this.
Well,
answer.
you know what my answer gonna be, goddammit. The word says be fruitful and multiply. We are here for a reason. Neo, how many you got?
7 exactly.
There it is.
There we go.
But in all seriousness, it all depends because even in, the 6 mothers of all of my children, it was all at a different time in their lives and all for different reasons. So, but they all made the decision that they were ready to have children and specifically have children with me. So, to that young lady right there is like, if that's what you guys are in it for, first, don't let the man dictate whether you get pregnant or not. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the scenario, like, and that's just my opinion. I didn't have a say in that. It was a joint thing, and it was from the standpoint that these women wanted to have children. Now, obviously, half of us, 90% of us in here are accidents, but in that sense where if you're that close, if you're that intimate to where you guys are having unprotected sex and you're responsible enough to do it, then you know what it's going to be.
I'm going with the opposite answer, just because the way she asked the question, it's not what she was asking, it was how she was asking it.
Facts.
Exactly.
So the way she was asking it, you could tell, does she want to be a stepmother to all those children? It doesn't sound like she does. She already, from the jump, she's already got an issue with
Ain't nothing wrong
it.
with being stepmama.
Well, not to a lot of women that you're with or a lot of women out here, but to her, it sounds like there is something wrong with that.
Do you, baby mamas, step each other's kids?
I mean, to me, it's a family, like in that sense to where, luckily, like I said, in respect to the women that are the mothers of my children, everybody knows how to be mature enough to, they don't have to be friends, but they know we got to do what's best for the children.
Exactly.
So when you put the children first, at the end of the day, you put your ego to the side and all of that stuff. And of course, everybody has challenges, but in that setting, they know like, yo, you want the kids to know each other, you want people to have relationships.
And you can feel that energy,
Yeah.
right? Because I think the women that you've dated, they give the opposite energy, because obviously everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
They give the opposite energy from that woman, yes? They come to you, they're open.
I think her energy is like, he's asking me to have another baby. No, like, I want another baby for myself.
That's what I'm saying. It's
So I
like,
think
it
that's a
seems like this
different-
dude's thing and she's trying to figure out how to handle it.
So the
Opposed
answer
to be
to
like,
her is like, do not have the baby if you don't want to.
yeah, because then my question would be, how many kids does she have? You know, and what is that setting? Because we always put it on the man, and like, he got this many kids, he got that. But all right, well, if we're gonna do this together, well, what you bring into the relationship as well? Because even in my own setting, you know, I have that experience where, you know, one of the mothers of my children had a child already, and you have to also be a parent to that child as well.
Yeah.
So I think it gets a little bit complex, and everybody's situation is unique. But again, from what she was saying, I think I'm tapping into you. She like, look, I want my man for my man, and I don't want all of that other stuff that come with it. So I don't know. What's the advice we giving her?
Find another man.
Oh, wow.
Find another man. 'Cause
Not having the baby?
No, she's not
What
going to be
y'all think?
happy.
Should she find another man to have a baby?
Find another man.
Clap if you think she should find another man.
Yes.
Y'all lonely mother.
There we
We
go.
gotta take the doctor's advice on that one. And now it's time for our next at nighter, but this time it's written. Let's see what they talk about. Been sneaking around with a married exec at work. It started as sex. Now I've caught feelings. After that Coldplay kiss cam exposed the CEO and the HR girl, I'm freaking out. Be real, can something that starts this wrong ever turn into something real? That is a great question, because that's f***ed up too, because dude lost everything.
He did.
Just I would Coldplay, but I wouldn't want to hear a damn another soft rock song ever again in my life. I mean, I think it's a little unfair, but there's something, and I'm gonna go a little deep for a second. It's something about forbidden love.
Yeah.
That, and especially workplace, or, I mean, we seen Bill Clinton get caught up in it. We see a lot of people when it's not even about thinking it's gonna be a relationship, maybe like the relationship that you take seriously, but there's something, even they have these terms like work wives and work husbands that obviously end up becoming something else, but it's like, I think it's, and you always talk about it being chemical, I think there's this chemical release of like, ooh, this is forbidden, ooh, we gotta keep this a secret. So if you classify it specifically just for that, then that's what it is. Can it be something more than that? I don't know, as the CEO lost his goddamn job. But I think really workplace romance is kind of, that's what they are, nothing more.
And they should stay like that way. I feel like if you start a type of way like it's just sex, keep it at just sex. Why you wanna like bring anything else into the problem? Unless the chemistry was from the beginning. Like I have sex with you because I felt it. I saw you for the first time. I felt something unique. So that sex can become something good, yes, because it's something unique for both of them, a chemical reaction, a sexual love. But if it's just sex from the beginning, it's gonna be sex for the rest of the life. Like you can just gonna like have problems like this.
This is the problem I see, because man, I've treated couples, they started out as an affair, now they're married, now they're in a relationship. I've treated the wife who's been betrayed. I've treated every single part of this. And I'm gonna tell you that most times, yes, it is very chemical, because remember, your brain will release more dopamine the first time you see a beautiful woman compared to the second, fifth, 28th time you see them. So eventually that novel person is gonna be familiar to you, so less dopamine. And to your point, also less adrenaline. And men's brains especially like the uppers. They like dopamine, they like adrenaline, and sometimes they confuse the adrenaline, the danger part, as I'm in love. But guess what? When he gets a divorce and there's no more adrenaline, all of a sudden you're like, whoa. And I've treated a lot of couples who say, I never actually know if he likes me for me or if he just liked that it was forbidden, because it does create more excitement in the brain. And then you have the whole thing of, then you're together and then you're always a little paranoid, like am I gonna be the wife who gets cheated on next?
Or they say you lose them how you got them, right?
Exactly.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
It's kind of 99% true.
But even in that, well, no, look, what the Good Morning America people making it work. The TJ Holmes and them.
They are.
Yeah,
they are.
like,
Yes, they are.
Well,
They
don't know what's
both
happening behind
they
the
left their partners.
Yeah.
And then their partners got with each other. They just
that
wife swapped.
that story is like a Lifetime movie,
I
you
think
know?
it was just swinger from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, so our ultimate advice would be,
Woo. Are you willing to risk your career? You know, because there's a whole other aspect of HR, employment law.
unless
So-
you're an HR person.
well,
man.
that's true. You have to be willing. Are you willing to risk harm to your career? And are you really sure about this person? Because, man, chances are it's going to be a mess.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just you willing to. Both of them are you willing to make all the sacrifices.
That's the other thing, yeah, because like you said, the trust issues and all those things, like once it just stops being a fling and fun and you really got to do it and it's just y'all, that's a lot to
The
deal with.
GMA people, I think they have something real. So I think it can work for some people.
I mean, because
it's rare.
If we go to the other side of it, that's like what all romantic movies are made of. You know what I mean? Like forbidden love and the people we're not supposed to be with, and you know, happily ever after. We found the people who are soulmates and really right for each other. But how
I think
often
that's
does that
more
happen?
adult films. I think I think the romantic movies are like the.
Y'all be watching at the house, Doc.
But I don't
The
know
romantic comedies are not like I'm having an affair with the boss. Usually that storyline is like, oh, that didn't work out. It's usually like the person who,
No,
you know.
but like all the Julia Roberts movies and like Romeo and Juliet, the core, Shakespeare, it's like all about forbidden love.
Well, yeah, other types, but not the rom-coms aren't usually about, oh, we're cheating and now we're living happily ever after, right? Like the forbidden love, the Romeo and Juliet is about families, right?
Yeah.
There is usually some barrier that's going to make it harder. That's true, right?
Right,
Or love triangle, like you have feelings for both.
Well,
but you're
Neo
not
always
dating.
writing songs about it. But there is something to like
Of course,
the girl that you're not supposed to have is the girl that you want.
of course.
And then
this-
once you have her, her, and then you don't care anymore.
That ain't how Neo's song go.
I finish it for her. I finish it for her.
I ain't heard that version.
I finish it for her. That's the part that he didn't say anything about.
And speaking of, I mean, everybody's not as secure and open, and we still want to give them a safe space and an opportunity to ask questions. So we allow them to disguise their voice, as well as not show their face, and present their anonymous question. Gets a little juicy.
I started watching lesbian porn, and now it's the only thing that turns me on. I'm straight, I think. But does this mean I'm secretly into women, or is it just a porn thing?
This is a really, really good question. So
I mean, I want to see her face.
So what's this is very common in women. So we know that a lot of straight women like lesbian porn, and the most common reason is because in lesbian porn they are treated, caressed. The foreplay is female centric. And most straight porn is not made for women. It is made for men, right? It's made for men. So the scenes are usually from the male's point of view. It's the kind of interactions that most men would want to see. And lesbian porn tends to be a little softer. It tends to be a little bit, there's more caressing, there's more intimacy. That being said, it may mean she's either bisexual or gay.
I think she's curious about the sexuality of a woman orgasm, meaning like a woman, lesbian sex, in porn, most of them is fake. But the idea is like they can come. You know what I mean? They want
Oh, they're seeing that, so they
see
want
another woman pleasing.
So they're watching it for research. So they're
Or
trying
they
to
see a woman like making you come, orgasm, and they're like, okay, this is excitement.
Right.
I'm not a lesbian, I don't like women, but I like the feeling of someone making me come. So I feel like that's a little confusion of her mind if you don't like women. But other than that, like you said, it's like not all porn, lesbian sex is nice, by the way. But
and that's I mean
true. No, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I feel like, and maybe I'm weird, and maybe you can help me with this, but even when it comes to porn, I'm really not into like I don't want to see no man in a porn.
Like POV.
But and to that, not even like girl on girl is cool, but to me the hottest type of porn is that first person interaction,
POV?
just where it's just a woman doing her thing.
This is such a good point because, in the 50s when people had pinups and you would use your fantasy and it's like this first person, and even now today, you have to remember that your brain is always creating these associations. Your brain is an association machine. And most porn, if you're a straight guy watching porn, which is the most common person watching porn, it's a man having sex with a woman. You're training your brain to be turned on by watching other people have sex, right? So there's actually something
like a voyeuristic
thing. So it's actually a little bit healthier if you want to use porn to enhance your relationship, to actually look at first-person porn without anybody else, right? So maybe that's a photo, maybe that's a video of just.
And now you can
beautiful.
interact with them. And Doc, because this is, even as we know in the world that we're in, that's a very fine line, especially when it's in a male-dominated society, because you can get in real trouble in that sense of like forcing or convincing someone to do anything. So what is the safest way to be in a relationship and introduce somebody and enjoy it and not create problems?
It needs to be consensual. It needs to be something that's safe. It needs to be two partners. I think we have the most famous sex trial that's hit America in probably a decade or maybe ever is on one side of the spectrum. I think on the other, there are a lot of scenarios. Sometimes I will even recommend a sex surrogate. So for people with sexual issues, there are people who will actually have sex with you, and it's to actually help you with sexual issues. And
wait, hold on.
It's like a
So you can get a substitute dick?
Yeah. Well, it's usually for people who have some type of issue, right? So if there is maybe a physical disability or a mental illness or something, or even survivors of trauma, like they don't want to be, they're so scared to be touched, right? And sometimes even I'll assign them, I'll say, why don't you go to a massage therapist, start with a female, if a woman is abused by a man, start with a female. Once you feel okay, maybe work your way to a male. And there are even sex surrogates who can really work with people who have these really acute sexual issues. And it almost seems like some of the things that you do when you're working with people who are really lonely, who have an issue, you're sort of on that side of the equation. But you just have to be careful that you're not going to the other, because it can get really traumatic, really dangerous. And from this trial, very illegal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I feel like we learning a lot tonight, right? They putting us up on game. So this is the opportunity where we open up the floor and give anybody here the chance to ask the Doc or Luna. We got experts in the building, a question. And it don't got to be about porn or any of that type of stuff. It could be about relationships or anything. And let's get to, she's right there. How you doing?
Hi, thank you for being so candid. I really appreciate that. So my situation's really different, and why am I so nervous? Because I don't normally talk about this. So I left my marriage in December, and I was with him since I was 15. So he was my only experience. Now I'm in a space where I feel like I'm in this body feeling like a 15-year-old. And people are like, oh, what's your type? I'm like, I don't have a type. Well, what race? I don't care. What height? I'm like, I'm not prejudiced. I don't give a shit. Like, so for me, it's like, I think I'm a person, like, I need to get to know your spirit and your soul in order to, like, even let you hold my hand, let alone, like I've gone on dates and guys are like, can I hold, hold your hand? I'm like, no. He goes, can I touch you? I'm like, sure. Can we cuddle? I'm like, no. Can I hug you? Sure. Like, it just, like, it's weird.
It's all new for you.
Yeah. So, like, how do I go from where I'm at to wherever I'm supposed to go? Because, like, this whole, like, my body count will, like, literally double the next time.
One more person is double. That's
so,
two.
like, I didn't even know how to be any other way.
I feel like
and I'm single, and I want a family, and I want kids.
I feel like you were so long with this person that you have all these core memories about this situation.
Oh, no, I don't miss anything.
No, that's not you missed them, but that's all you knew.
That's all I knew, yeah.
So then you have to, like, get yourself out of everything that you think is love and relationship and be like, this is not it. This is one person. What is that I want? What is that I really want? Start searching for you inside.
She gets a fresh start.
Yes. So, like, whatever situation you went through, whatever he showed you, what it was love, what it was not love, what it was sex, what it was touch.
But it sounds like she's over that. Her thing is
He is over it,
what do I do now?
She's over the situation, but she's stuck in the mentally of that's all I have.
Yeah.
So you don't want anything else new.
Yeah.
No, I want something new.
She's like, I want some new dick.
I do. Like, I want a new relationship. I want to have a new experience. I literally, like, I've been on dates and, like,
You just feel like a little girl inside.
Like, a guy put his arm around me and I just did this. Like,
You're an adult, but there is a part of you that is also 15. You know what I mean? So I think we've got to talk to that 15-year-old girl inside you, and we've got to be gentle with her. And you have to be gentle with her, and you have to parent her, and you have to help her to develop. And 15-year-olds need to go slow, right? They need to take time. This is the first time you've been single. This is such an opportunity for you to get to know yourself for the first time, and it's going to be so exciting. And I have a sense that this marriage you were in wasn't allowing you, because if you're still feeling like that 15-year-old, there's a part of you that never got to develop and grow up. So I have a feeling that that marriage was not good for you. What a great opportunity for you to finally get to know yourself.
Yes.
Here's to you getting some new dick. Thank you so much for asking that, being so open and vulnerable.
You're gonna find it.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you for that and sharing. And I'll ask you, and not to get into you and your husband's business, but is it easier to have those kind of conversations? Because those dudes were so open. Like, the two gay guys were more open about what they were there for and what they were doing. There was no shame. There was even a bit in there where they was talking about they met at church and all of this type of stuff. Like, they were having fun with it. And, like, I'm standing in front of a sex store, so a lot of people was kind of like, didn't want to talk to me or hiding their faces and stuff. But they were like, hey, we're wide open. Is it a little bit easier in a homosexual relationship to kind of have those conversations and communicate?
I think for most queer people, yeah, because there's something inherent in being queer, the things that you have to go through to really claim your sexuality, right? So it's like you're coming to the table an open book, you know what I mean? Not always. I mean, there's some very closeted men or women who have a lot of work to do, and they would never want to talk to you about a sex toy. But I think more often than not that is the case.
I think so. I feel like gays, and I don't want to sound any type of way, that your guys are more open to sexuality because you go through so much to actually have it.
For sure.
That once you open it up, you can be like, let me tell everybody about it.
It's like, we're good.
Yeah, I was just in a gay club here in LA, and they were just telling me some crazy shit. And I was like, you're oversharing, but tell me again.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, speaking of oversharing, we had a hell of an episode, didn't we? And that's all because of Dr. Mike Dow and Luna Star. Y'all make some noise for him one more time. You know what to do. Slide into them DMs, like and subscribe, and we out.
Get ready.
If you like Nick Cannon at Night, you can watch it on YouTube or watch new episodes early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.